Hello everyone, it is day 8 of my trip to the UK, November 2nd, and I am in Southport staying with the Worgan family. Now today we went to a Chinese restaurant to celebrate their other daughter Romana's birthday, who they named after Romana in Doctor Who. That tells you just how big of a Doctor Who fan Mark is. Because there were family members there and it was a private celebration, I didn't vlog anything other than the food that I ate, but it was delicious food and there was even a chocolate fountain there. And after the celebration, Yvonne and Hannah took me to the Flowerbowl Entertainment Center in Preston. The entryway was full of these multicolored lit up trees. It was an absolutely beautiful environment. I'd never been in any place like it before, and this entertainment center had a bunch of indoor games that you could play. It lived up to its name. I mean, even the sinks were flower bowls. It was incredible, and they had banana peels as like caution floor wet signs, and it was just a really colorful and beautiful space. We had to take some pictures while we were there. So it was Yvonne and Hannah and me all playing against each other to see who could get the least number of strokes per hole. We played with the rules that whoever was closest to the hole goes next, and that if you went out of bounds, you would get a penalty stroke unless you played from that spot out of bounds. So if you moved it to the nearest spot on the green, you would get a penalty stroke. Alright, so my color is orange, and my first shot got me pretty close to the hole. Hannah, who got the color green, is next up and got even closer than I did to this hole. This first hole was a pretty straightforward green going up a hill. Yvonne, who's the color yellow, also got pretty close as well, pushed me out of the way a little bit. Hannah finished this round with a score of 2. Yvonne didn't give that shot enough strength, so is ending this hole with 3. We didn't film the shots of it, but it took me 4 strokes to get the ball in for this first hole. The next hole was beautiful, gardens everywhere. You're kicking the ball up a hill. My first shot got pretty close there. Hannah gave her first shot a little too much strength and ended up further back than when she started. Yvonne's shot went pretty well and got her very close to the hole. I then finished hole 2 with a score of 2, and Yvonne did as well. Hannah then successfully on her second stroke got closer to the hole, narrowly missed on her third stroke, didn't hit the ball hard enough on her fourth stroke, and got it in on her fifth. The score going into hole number 3 is Yvonne at 5 in first place, me with 6 in second, and Hannah with 7 total strokes. This particular hole is beautiful. My first shot got under the first bridge, but I didn't make it through to the second bridge, but I'm still in a pretty good spot. Hannah went through the first bridge and didn't make it through the second, and you can, believe it or not, get it in one shot by going under those bridges. Yvonne gave it too much power and it bounced up and didn't go through the first bridge. My second shot didn't go in, it went past the hole, but I'm still pretty close. And Hannah made it with her second shot of the round. Very impressive. Yvonne gave it 2 more strokes to get around that box of flowers, and I made it on my third stroke. It took Yvonne a total of 3 more strokes to get it into the hole to finish out hole number 3. This is hole number 4, and going into it, Hannah and I are tied for first place with 9, and Yvonne has 10. My first shot almost went in. You can hear our reaction to it. Oh! But it just missed and went past the hole. Hannah's first shot almost went out through this crack in the door and was in a bit of a tricky spot. Yvonne's first shot went all right, but to the left. My second shot just barely missed again. What is it with this hole? I ended hole 4 with 3 shots. Yvonne's second shot got her pretty close, and she got it in 3. Hannah's second shot got her out from the doorway, but too far past the hole, but she nailed it on her final shot for the hole. So going into hole number 5, the score is Hannah and me still tied for first place, but Yvonne just 1 stroke behind at 13. Hole number 5 had all these crates lying around. I gave it my first shot and ended up past the hole, but I still played from where I was. Hannah then showed us exactly how it is done, nailing it in a hole-in-one. That was a really impressive hole-in-one to get. Yvonne attempting to match what Hannah did, but not succeeding, ending up very far from the hole. Her second shot shot went a little bit wide of the hole, and she almost made it on her third shot, and then took a final fourth shot for hole number 5. I then went for my out of bounds spot, so I didn't get a penalty shot, but both strokes 3 and 4 missed, and I thought that I would have to go for a 5th stroke, but incredibly it rolled back into the hole. Going into hole number 6, Hannah has the lead by 4 strokes, and Yvonne and I are tied at 17. What you do for this hole is it starts out, you just shoot it into the base of this windmill, and then it goes up and goes down random paths. Mine went straight out of a cannon. I didn't even catch where it came out of in the final shot. Hannah's shot went straight into the windmill and then came down to this almost Rube Goldberg style machine. This was really cool to watch. What an incredible set this was for this hole. You can see now the green ball is coming down the ramp, going down these golf clubs, and this incredible golf-studded wall, which kind of is giving me Dalek vibes. It's just amazing to see how intricate they set this up. And then I couldn't believe my eyes, but Hannah got her second hole-in-one. 2 holes in a row. That was so impressive. It's gonna be hard to catch up with Hannah. Yvonne's shot goes powerfully into the base of the windmill, going up the elevator, and we're wondering which path it'll go, if it'll go the same way either of our shots did, but actually it came out from a completely different side and surprised us and got ridiculously close to the hole. It did take a second shot on this round for both Yvonne and me to finish out hole number 6. Hole number 7 started out with Hannah 4 strokes in the lead with 14. I was on 18 and Yvonne is just behind with 19. Hannah starts off with a really powerful stroke that goes around almost right into the hole, but goes a little bit too far. Still not bad. My shot went all the way around and ended up almost getting into the hole, but further away than Hannah's was in the end. Yvonne's shot was powerful and ended up bouncing out of bounds, but she hit it from where she was and ended this round with 2 strokes. My second shot almost went in. I gave it a little bit too much force and it was so close. I thought I had it, but this hole had it out for me. My third stroke almost went out, but did indeed go back in. And Hannah was able to finish out this round with 2 more shots. So going into hole 8, Hannah is still in the lead with 17 strokes. Me and Yvonne are tied 4 strokes behind with 21. My first stroke did pretty well, getting me within a couple of feet of the hole. Hannah's shot was pretty powerful, and even though it bounced around, did end up closer than I did. Here Yvonne's giving it a good shot. It bounced, but is still within shot of the hole. Hannah's next shot went just past the hole, and mine went past it as well, but I was able to get it in with 3 strokes this round. Yvonne gave it her second shot, went a little bit farther, but then it rolled back into a very easy third stroke for the hole. Hannah once again gave it her best shot, and it just went by the hole. A little bit too much power there. 4th stroke didn't make it, but the 5th stroke did make it. So Yvonne and I were able to make up some ground. We have 24 strokes now, and Hannah is still in the lead, but only by 2 strokes with 22. This particular hole was right near a fountain, and you have very little room to get your balls to the other side of the course. So of course, rather than play it safe, I gave it all the strength I could muster to launch it over the water, and that is indeed what happened. Hannah took a more earthbound approach and did indeed successfully shoot just past the water, but just scraped by without falling into the water. Yvonne's shot hit a part of the path and bounced up and nearly hit my phone, actually just hit my thumb, which I was totally fine, but it was hilarious. I mean, take a look at that replay. It came straight for me. I don't know, that ball had it out for me. I mean, what a shot. I then nailed it in my second shot. Yvonne ended up with 3 for this hole, and Hannah got it in 2. So coming into hole 10, Hannah's still in the lead with 24, I have 26, and Yvonne has 27. This particular hole, there are many hills along this path, and if you don't hit the ball hard enough or in the right way, it will roll back quite a distance. So I gave it a lot of energy, and it paid off. I made it all the way to the end near the hole. Hannah, however, didn't give it quite enough, and it ended up rolling back quite a bit. And so Yvonne could learn from that and made it almost as far as I did. On my second stroke, I got it in, and on Yvonne's second stroke, she almost got it in, but gosh, it just missed, and now on her third stroke, she got it in. It was then back to Hannah to get as close to the hole as possible. Took a rocky, bouncy path that ended up going further back than when she had started. Oh dear, very, very hilly path here. So on her third shot, she finally got within putting distance of the hole and narrowly missed again. Her fifth shot was too strong, her sixth shot was too weak, but she nailed it on her seventh shot. So moving into hole number 11, I am in the lead with 28 strokes, Yvonne with 30, Hannah with 31. We're now on hole 11, where you have to get yourself over this bridge here. There's a waterfall nearby, which is very cool, a little river going. And so my first shot took me around this right angle and right through the bridge, which thankfully was sloped, and I got really close to the hole, so I'm pretty proud of that. Hannah's shot also bounced around the right angle there pretty well. Almost didn't go on the bridge, but did, and got her pretty close. Almost a hole in one. I cannot believe how close that was. Yvonne shot into the bushes, but thankfully the curvature of the green helped her out, got her across the bridge, and almost into a hole in one. That was so close. And from there, both Yvonne and Hannah finished out the round with 2 strokes. I almost did as well, but I narrowly missed it and had to get the ball in on my third stroke. So going into hole number 12, I am still in the lead with 31, Yvonne with 32, Hannah behind with just 33. Hole 12 looked like a Doctor Who set, graves everywhere, this green lighting, and these stones that reminded me of some Doctor Who quarries and backgrounds. Yvonne's first shot got her bouncing off some gravestones and almost to the right spot, but then behind one of the gravestones, which is one of the dangers of this course. My first shot got me pretty darn close. I was very pleased with where I ended up. Hannah's first shot had a lot of strength to it, got pretty close to the hole. Both Hannah and I then finished out the round with 2 strokes each, and Yvonne was left to get herself out from behind that gravestone. This third shot was close, but not close enough. Yvonne finished the hole with 4 strokes. So going into hole number 13, I'm still in the lead with 33 strokes. Hannah in second place with 35, Yvonne just behind with 36. Hole number 13 is very tricky. I hit the ball with a lot of power, hoping to go around, but ended up further back than where I had started. Yvonne's shot also didn't go as planned, but did end up in a position where she could make it work. Hannah's shot narrowly missed Yvonne's ball and also didn't go as planned, moving back, but still not as far back as I had been. Yvonne's second shot got her closer. The third shot still missed the hole, but she got it in her fourth shot. Hannah's second shot ended up bouncing off of a log, and her third shot had a lot of power and rolled right by the hole and was close enough that we thought she had it on her fourth stroke, but it just missed and she got it in her fifth. I then played from where I was, and it bounced incredibly well around the path and almost indeed went in. Oh my gosh, that was almost a hole in one. Going into hole number 14, Hannah's first shot bounced off of the fence and got her a little ways down the course. My first shot got me farther, but I did end up going out of bounds, but I played it from there. Yvonne's shot just followed the course of the fence and stayed on the green, unlike mine. Hannah then gave it a good shot, getting the angles almost exactly right and very, very close to the hole, nailing it in 3 this round. Yvonne's second shot absolutely nailed it. My second shot got me closer, but not close enough, so I ended up with 3 strokes on this hole. Going into hole number 15, I have 39 strokes. I'm in the lead. Yvonne is 3 strokes behind, and Hannah's just 1 stroke behind in last place. All of our strategies for this hole was to give it a lot of power over this bridge. Hannah's first shot did quite well, getting very close to the hole. My shot didn't do quite so well. It actually bounced around the wrong way, and Yvonne nailed it though and got close to where Hannah was. Hannah almost nailed this shot in 2, but just went past the hole, managed to get it in 3 though. Yvonne then finished the hole with her second shot. I took my second shot trying to get close to the hole, did not succeed, got in a very difficult position and ended up just missing the hole, and I had to finish this hole out with 5. So going into hole number 16, Yvonne and I are tied for first place with 44 strokes and Hannah just behind with 46. My first shot went completely out of bounds, so I had to take a penalty stroke because there was no way I was going to be able to play it from those rocks. So I thought, okay, I'll do better on my second shot. Well, I gave it a lot of power and it ended up completely rolling right into that gap on the bridge advantage, and I had to take another penalty shot again. However, on my 5th shot, it went so beautifully, so ideally, that actually it bounced off and went into the hole. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Hannah then took her best shot at it and got pretty close in the end, bouncing off some of the rocks, almost going into the hole, ending up in a pretty good position. Yvonne then went and again bounced pretty close, passing the hole. Would have almost gotten in a hole-in-one. Her second shot didn't go well though, and her third didn't have enough strength either. Going for her 4th shot, it just misses but then goes in, and then Hannah finished the hole out with 2. Going into hole number 17, Hannah and Yvonne are tied in the lead with 48, and I am 1 stroke behind with 49. This hole had 2 places you could shoot into. One said to the hole and the other said nowhere near, and Hannah's shot almost got her a hole-in-one. My shot didn't even go into the hole. It took 2 shots for me to get there, but when I got through, I went straight just by the hole. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. It took me 3 strokes for this hole. Yvonne hit it right into the right spot there, and it came out the other side and nailed it. A hole-in-one for Yvonne this time, and Hannah finished out the round with 2 strokes. Going into hole number 18, Yvonne is in the lead with 49, Hannah is in second place with 50, and I have 52 strokes in last place. Now for this hole, you just needed to get it up the ramp. I bounced off at the side there with my first stroke, tried with my second, and I got it in. Yvonne's shot almost went all the way up the ramp, but then went back out again, so she had to take another shot, but the same thing happened. So on her 3rd shot, she finally gave enough force, got it up the ramp. Hannah got into the ramp in just 1 shot, did really well, got a hole-in-one on that final hole. So the final scores come in with Hannah in first place with 51 strokes. Yvonne came in second place with 52 strokes, and I came in last with 54 strokes. It was very, very fun. We had a great time. And then we got some drinks for the road. Hannah kindly got me a sea salt caramel milkshake, which was delicious. And it was dark on our way back, but that was intentional. We wanted it to be as dark as possible and later in the evening because we were going to see the Blackpool Illuminations. But there were a bunch of lights lit up on either side of the road, making different artwork and seeming to levitate in the night. It was just stunning. So many colored lights, strings of lights, flashing lights. It was really quite something to see. And then we spotted it. 4 Daleks and a TARDIS lit up and floating in the night. I mean, in real life, they're held up by these metal beams, but I mean, when it was dark like that, it looked like these Daleks were just flying and floating in the sky, just like the TARDIS. So we had to park the car. So I get out of the car and we cross the road running, and it's raining a little bit, but it is so worth it. At the Blackpool Illuminations. It's very windy. Just over here in front of me are 4 Daleks and a TARDIS. We even have a Supreme Dalek. I'm so excited. Take a look at that. It was so windy that night. I'm basically just saying how excited I am to see these beautiful lit up Daleks and a TARDIS. I mean, look at that. The illusion just is amazing. And the ends of the gun stocks were glowing blue and flashing and lighting up. It was amazing. I had to take some photos in front of them. It was incredible. I was so excited to be here. I mean, these are things I'd heard about these before, but to see them in person was just incredible. Then we continued along our way, seeing lots of other lit up signs, and I mean, it was absolutely beautiful what you'd see created with these lights. It was really fun. I mean, everything from clock towers to Alice in Wonderland there. Oh my goodness. It's beautiful to just drive down and take a look at each of the lights. We kept our eyes peeled for more Doctor Who lights, but those seem to be the only ones. We drove through the whole thing though, just to make sure. I mean, multicolored lights, so beautiful, felt like just so magical. There were these, arcs of colored light as well. tower that was totally lit up. There was even a horse and buggy, like, oh my gosh. How incredible was that? How surreal is that? Got to see Madame Tussauds' location in Blackpool. And then we got to the section with like different stained glass style lights lit up, which were just beautiful to see. And a lit up train going by, like what? We got back to the Worgan's home in Southport, and then it was time to go to bed for the night and get ready for the next day, where I was going to film a British candy taste test.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Doctor Who Guide YouTube channel. You know it makes sense.